Hello everybody, welcome to episode 232 of Short Review, where today we'll be going over Eventually by Niko DeMille. And as you can see today, I have my Crackers of the Corporeal Realm Represent shirt on, because this is a lovely shirt. I love the shirt, by the way. I love how it looks. It is a phenomenal shirt. But let's get into the song. So, I guess I'll go with the music first. The music of the song is kind of simplistic, but it's also just kind of a good, calm beat. It's got like I think it's called phasers or something, and it's just playing throughout, and it's nothing really too complex, but like I said, it is good. But then we get into the lyrics. So, the lyrics are once more of the same. We're seeing here just more discussion, but we do have some differences. We see here in the beginning how he mentions about how, he, states that, okay, I'll just let me get my thoughts here for a second. So, we see that he's talking about once more about doing everything with this girl, knowing that one day they'll be married, and speaking about how this woman he knows deep down that they want to be with him, and him just kind of vocalizing about how she's everything he's got, and how he doesn't want to lose her and everything, about how she is his, no matter what, and stuff like that. And you see this elaboration, like I said, but how it's different is he's saying, earlier on in the song, we see mentions about how he knows that he did something wrong, how he messed up. And we've not seen this really in the prior songs. We've seen how he's mentioned about how he's possibly not enough and stuff like that. However, he's specifically referring to a mistake here, which we haven't seen in previous songs. So from this, I'm believing, maybe he's speaking about something else. Maybe this is a development lyrically, and we're not just talking about the same person again. So, see this elaboration and all that. Like I said, we do still have similar lyrical content to what we saw prior, but he's speaking more as if this person does want to reciprocate the love, and as if he knows that they want to reciprocate the love. Or, as we see later on, he's kind of trying to manifest this. So, like I said, see the elaboration. We see, like I said, as he just speaks about how he knows they'll be married someday, and about how she hears his voice and everything. He is just trying to reach out, get to her, and even if they gotta be separated, he knows that they will work out and stuff like this. And then we get to the final lyric of the song. Kindling. This song is about the exact same person. And I like the song, but holy smokes, I'm not necessarily getting tired of it. I'm just saying, I feel as if Niko's obsession here, because it is an obsession, is possibly going to become a detriment to his musical career if he keeps with the same lyrics. Because these lyrics are essentially the same per song. Yes, they're differently portrayed and all that. There's different music, and I enjoy the different music. But it's the same thing. I get it. I get the issue. I get he is going through something. However, he is refusing to go away from it. He's obsessed, like I said. And he is trying to materialize and manifest in here things which likely are not the case. Now, I don't know the circumstances. I'm not in it. However, from what we've seen in other songs, it doesn't seem like it's the case. And, yes, I do like the songs. I like the lyrics. And it's just, I don't see this continuation here being beneficial for Niko's career. Because as we've been seeing recently with the recent music videos, yes, Final Act did really good, but a lot of them aren't performing the best. And I believe it's because people are recognizing a lyrical monotony coming here, a pitfall of some sorts. Now, if he continues on this path, I believe it will be calamitous, because just producing songs with the exact same lyrics, essentially, not necessarily the lyrics, but the exact same idea, the exact same motif, it's not good. And no one wants that. No one wants to hear the same thing over and over and over again. I get it's working through something. However, he's not working through it. He's progressing backwards. He's devolving. He's evolving, but backwards, as PewDiePie says. But yeah, and it would be more rewarding if we saw this as a progression rather than a de-evolution. Because we expect to see him, with that crap, what was the song? Lilies. With Lilies, I thought we were seeing progression. And then with the last two songs, we are not seeing progression. There's just obsession there. And it's almost infuriating to a point. Now, I know that is very kind of cruel to say. I'm trying to be empathetic here. And I recognize that it is something detrimental. It is something that is calamitous, as I said, to Niko. However, maybe, I don't really know. I don't know what to say here, because it's more of the same, and I don't know if he necessarily needs to be making music for it. I know that may be his outlet. However, maybe I know he mentions therapy in one of his videos, but maybe therapy is the right alternative. I don't really know, because there has to be a way to break this obsession, because it is clearly an obsession with this individual that doesn't appear to be reciprocated, because he mentions about in the song about how that can't be the last time they talked. They haven't talked, apparently, based off these lines, if they are to be taken as fact at face value, since the conclusion. So maybe I know it's difficult to let things go, but like that is the natural evolution of things. And I feel like once Niko can let go, he will be able to once again blossom with his creativity. Because yes, the music has been good recently, but the music has also been less intuitive, I guess, less, innovational. Like, it's gotten almost a simplicity to it now. I know there's a beauty in that simplicity, because like I said, it is good music. However, the simplicity is frightening, because if Niko is just producing music just to try and be a way to communicate with the individual, as he spoke about in multiple of the songs, that's not good. He is possibly destroying his own dream just trying to communicate to someone who does not reciprocate those same feelings, apparently. Not, like I said, I don't know. I'm not personally there. However, I don't believe this is the right path. I believe this is detrimental. And I'm scared that Niko is going to latch onto this and keep at it and possibly run his musical career into a mud hole, when he needs to realize, yo, your music is your dream. You need to foster that with the utmost of your ability and care. Make each thing you do a masterpiece as compared to a method in which you need to communicate with someone with. Yes, it's good, it's art, and I enjoy it. However, I don't believe it's sustainable. This type of lyricism and monotony in the motifs is not sustainable. We want to see variance. At least I personally want to see variance. I want to see experimental stuff. We are seeing not much variance. I mean, that's sounds like silver spoon, all my lobster's too buttery and my steak is too juicy, because we are getting music almost every day. But I don't want music every day if it's not going to be his best. I guess that's what I mean, because he may be putting his best into this. I don't mean to insult the music, but I've seen what Niko can do. I've seen what Niko can create. I've seen what he is capable of, and this just doesn't seem like it's it. And maybe because he's going through this phase. However, I really don't know. I'm just going to continue to be a Niko DeMille fan. I know I've said all this, but I mean, just because you're a fan of something doesn't mean you can't be critical of it. And I am critical of this recent music, and I believe it needs to swap up. And Niko needs to find his peace. He needs to allow himself to have peace as compared to following a lost dream. But as I said, I might just be in the wrong. He may be pursuing this, and he may end up getting it in the end. But I really can't tell. And based off his lyrics and based off what he's been saying, it doesn't look like it. It looks quite hopeless. And most of the time, someone doesn't call something off unless they don't want it anymore. Like, most of the time, people don't call something off just because they feel like it. And so, I'm just concerned. I want the music to continue to reach the highs that it has, because we've seen it. Final Act was great, and Lily's was really good too. And we've gotten good music recently. It's progressively getting worse, because it is becoming more simplistic and more monotonous, as I said. And I don't want that for Niko. I don't think Niko, if he's in the right state of mind, would want that for himself, because then he'd realize the treacherous, slippery slope that this could lead to. So I just hope that he ultimately ends up not necessarily getting over this, but reconciling with this and coming to peace with it himself, so that he can then once again put all of his craft into making music, making art, as compared to making a form or a medium of communication, as he is vocalized in these songs. But yeah, that's all I really have to say about Eventually by Niko DeMille, and that's all I really have for episode 232 of Shelf Review. So, thank you very much for watching.